What's up, guys? Bro, just used the red eye. Like, I just woke up from my sleep. I wake up, I'm like, oh my god, I woke up at fucking 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I check Twitter and I just see some constant bullshit, brother. Constant bullshit. And this time, it's from one of my favorite porn stars, Khalifa. But seeing this shit, bro, I'm just like, bro, this bitch a dumb bitch, bro. This bitch a dumb bitch. And y'all not gonna believe some of the shit that I witnessed on my Twitter, bro. My For You page been cooking with content, bro. So here we go. Mia Khalifa mocked U.S. military service members and veterans by wishing they get PTSD. I hope you go over there and get your little brain all scrambled with PTSD to see how much the Veterans Association cares about you.
Good morning to everybody who is not in the US military. Good morning to everybody who is sitting at home and not on soil that doesn't belong to them, fighting a war for a country that doesn't care about them. I hope you go over there and get your little brain all scrambled up with PTSD and then come back here and see how much the United States cares about you, Pookie. See how much they care about you when you come back with, oh, I'm so sad. I piss my pants every time I see a falafel stand in Manhattan. Let's see how much the VA cares about you. Let's see what they tell you to do with your little broken brain from going over to fight a war that's not yours. They're going to tell you to try breathing exercises because the US government does not give a fuck about you once you cannot die for them. Once you're done, once you're a shell, they don't care about you. What did I say on Z-Way that one time? Yeah, I think that still stands as very accurate. Good morning to
Bro, I see shit like this and I'm like, and I look at myself and then I'm like, damn, bro, I'm a properly assimilated immigrant. I assimilated into the Canadian culture. USA, even though we have a little bit of a trade war, tariff war thing going on, I still respect their army and soldiers and shit. My brother. I don't agree with a lot of what the USA did, right? And I told you guys they've been in charge of the CIA coups in many countries. They've been destabilizing regions, doing a whole bunch of shit. But my brother, these guys have so much extra intel, so much extra knowledge, so much shit going on that they're keeping a vision for the world instilled in the American people. I understand patriotism and I support patriotism, but damn, bro, damn, like I understand where she's coming from. Just like 5%, just like 5%. But I don't like immigrants who come to America or Canada or the UK or Australia, and they bring their country's garbage with them. I'm Sri Lankan, brother. My country lost the Civil War. It was like 30 versus one. All right, they labeled us as terrorists and all that crazy ass shit. I'm Tamil, by the way. We lost the war. It is what it is. It is what it is. And there's a bunch of war crimes and all the shit that was going on. No country on earth was helping us. The Sinhalese people were more established with the UN, their established government. All this stuff was going on. It is what it is, brother. It is what it is. Luckily, my mom got out of there. She became a refugee and she went to Canada, and our lives are better now. Our lives are way, way better now. Right? That's a developing nation. I assimilated well, and I have Canadian blood now flowing through me because I was born on Canadian soil. And I say, you know what? It's Canada first, then Sri Lanka. Okay? My country has done treacherous things too. And we've had, for example, the natives, we had massive school graves and all that stuff, whatever it is. Um, it is what it is. It is what it is. And we've settled our peace. We've paid out reparations for the past country, for our past history of our country. Hopefully, the natives are okay now. It is what it is. I'm not out here complaining, saying, "Oh my God, the fucking natives, bro! Oh my God, the fucking natives." I recognize that there's a fault in our history, and that's something that has to be rectified, and I'm okay with that. But then you look at other people who are saying, like, they're saying that they're real Canadians, that they're generation Canadians. I'm a first generation Canadian, right? Or sorry, second generation Canadian, because my mom was came here, and then I came here. So second generation Canadian. Um, it's just ridiculous, brother. It's just fucking ridiculous. And I would like to say this: there was a lot of communism at the time going around during the 1970s, 60s, 50s, around that time. It was a Cold War. It was a Cold War, and the USA had to play a thug, had to play a thug role, and they beefed up all these countries, did all these coups, they used people, they clapped people, They did a lot of bad things, but I like the vision of the USA. I like what they stand for. All right, I know they're not the perfect country in the world, but to control billions of people, to do all that shit is fucking insane. You got to give a little bit of respect to them. People will disagree with me and say, dislike the video, whatever it is, but it's not completely horrible. It's not completely horrible. All right. I don't agree with her stance though. Right. A lot of people in the military, they're like younger adolescents. They're people in debt. They're people who don't know what to do with their lives after high school and stuff. These are citizens. These are normal innocent people, and they go to these countries and they gotta listen to their boss's orders. They gotta listen to their boss's orders. We don't know the full truth of what's going on in the world. We don't hear these tapped phone calls. We don't hear what the secret plans are in the world. For example, when COVID came out, brother, I was so scared because I was researching shit and they said that like there's like a genetic marker for black people, for Chinese people, for Indian people, whatever it is, and they could make a virus that targets that genetic marker and it could eliminate entire races of people. And I was just like, damn, bro, like, is the Chinese people gonna do me that bad? But then you find out America funded COVID and they were in on it too, and it's just ridiculousness. It's just ridiculousness across the board, right? And you see the pussification across the planet. We didn't get reparations for COVID. No one wants to talk to USA or China because they're the big bosses on the planet, and no one wants to argue with them. They all had to take it on the chin and say, okay, you know what? These countries are doing stupid shit. It is what it is. Hopefully, there's some separationism. Hopefully, there's a third party that arises from all this bullshit. You know what I mean? Um, when I first got the COVID shot, I was feeling chest pains, knee pains, bullshit pains. My dick shrank a little bit. Ridiculous shit, man. Ridiculous fucking shit, bro. So they had a huge concoction, a huge plan against this shit. And I understand they're planning against global warming. They think that there's viruses that are gonna come out of nowhere and just kill us all and shit. Uh, it is what it is. It's a rough world, my brother. None of us are at that position where we have to take care of the world. Take care of the world. And we look at these lesser nations, people in Africa, who are still on tribal shit. They don't know what the fuck is going on. They just dance their whole day away on TikTok live and get donations, and that's all they really do. And they live a life of poverty. Their voice politically, it doesn't equate that much to anything because they're not educated. They don't know. They don't have connections. They don't have power, and their country's full of fucking corruption. It's ridiculous, right? And I learned about Gaddafi and how he wanted to make the African dollar. I forgot what it was called, a dinar or something like that. He wanted to make a currency to get off the U.S. dollar. And Donald Trump recently said, BRICS is an example of losing a war if they're successful. And I was like, damn, bro. Like, so Donald Trump is saying this, and Gaddafi was doing this, trying to get off the American dollar. It was basically a war from the get go. A war from the get go. And the problem is that America is trying to play, I'm Mr. Boss Man, and you have to listen to me because it's my world vision, right? And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the army people are being used. They're being used. But this is a bad way to go about it, Mia Khalifa. This is a horrible way to go about it. Most of these people are innocent, young people that just want to serve their country. They're in massive amounts of debt. They don't know what to do with their lives, and they're trying to be patriotic with it. They like helping their country out. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But damn, bro, she's expecting a bit too much. I'm not gonna say Iran was super innocent. Afghanistan was super innocent. Libya was super innocent. I'm not gonna say these countries were innocent, and I'm not gonna say the USA was super innocent. But this is not the way to go. To disrespect a large group of people for their country's misdoings, it's ridiculous, right? And recently we got the Martin Luther King assassination files. I haven't looked into it, but it is what it is. The government's doing what the government's doing. I believe the government assassinated him. I haven't looked at the files. Hold on, we could pull up Grok. Hopefully, it was uploaded. Did the government assassinate Martin Luther King? Apparently, he was coerced. He was coerced by who? No hard evidence directly ties the U.S. government to orchestrating King's assassination. Damn. Okay, so he was just coerced by someone apparently. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll be saying shit, bro, because I'm like, you know what? One day I believe I will have as much pull as like Gandhi or like Martin Luther King or like one of these people in the world. And I didn't think about life. I'm like, damn, bro, I'm walking into like a death zone. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna have a target on my back. People are gonna hate me. People are gonna love me. People are gonna shit on me. It is what it is, brother. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I also want to say this. I also want to say this. We don't know the full truth of other nations. We don't know the full truth behind everything. I don't agree with Israel. I don't agree with what they're doing. But at the same time, bro, like Syria, for example, right? They put an Al Qaeda member in charge of their country. Ridiculous. Secondly, they lost the Afghanistan war or whatever they were trying to do in Afghanistan, and they left a whole bunch of military coming behind. Ridiculous, brother. Ridiculous. They armed them to the fucking teeth in guns, bullets, tanks, and all this crazy ass shit. And no, it's a ridiculous loss of war. This is like so USA lost Vietnam, then they lost Afghanistan, and they barely were successful in the Middle East or whatever it was. It's just ridiculous, man. It's just fucking ridiculous. And here's the thing, bro. We don't know if China has their own version of the CIA and they're destabilizing countries. They're very sneaky with it, man. Like when they built I think it was the African Union, they built a big building for them, right? It's like the United Nations but for Africa. These guys had spy things all over the building, trying to listen to people, all over the building, and they negotiated with these African leaders, and they gave them like shark loans, ridiculous interest rates. They knew the country has a failed government and corruption. They knew that they wouldn't be able to raise enough tax revenue so they can claim their ports, right? And this happened in Sri Lanka. Our country went to hell during COVID. It's a tourist country. We lost a lot of money. It is what it is. And what happened? They claimed the port. They're playing a World War type of scheme. So now they have a port in Sri Lanka, a landing point, and they can do whatever they want with it. They have like I think it's 100 to 200 year lease in my country. I look at shit like that and I'm just like, damn, bro. These guys are playing like CIA level games, and these other countries that are innocent, and they just go on TikTok. They just talk about politics. They just talk about how we have climate change and global warming, and they look at all that shit and they're like, you know what? What can we do? These countries are the big boss countries of the world. I wonder when a third party will come up. A third party, a nation will come up and say, "We've had enough. We've had enough." But they have to build nuclear bombs. They have to do this. They have to do this. They have to do this, and it's just not gonna happen anytime soon because it's too late. It's too fucking late, my brother. It's too fucking late. Yeah, man. Um, I just want to say, like, I can see where Mia Khalifa is coming from because a lot of these soldiers are being used, but that's not the way to go to make fun of them and shit. That's not the way to go. Not the way to go, bro. Not the way to go. But yeah, have a good day, guys.